Hello friends and fellow flute enthusiasts, and thanks for tuning in to Jonny's Flute Reviews. In this episode, we're going to look at a big old flute. Welcome back, I'm Jonny Lipford, and on this channel we do reviews, tips, tutorials, original songs, and cover songs to showcase the versatility of the Native American flute. If you're new here, consider subscribing and drop a comment below so we can welcome you. By the way, you'll find show notes, links, and also some goodies in the description below. In this episode, we're going to look at a really big and beautiful flute made by Mad Max. Look at those turquoise rings. This is in the key of low A. It's a beautiful low A flute made from sapelli, and it does feature this more whistle style mouthpiece, which shortens the overall body of the flute a few inches and brings everything a little closer to you, which is a really good measure if you're someone who is a little bit shorter in stature and you're having trouble playing bass flutes. This is one thing that flute makers can do to bring everything a little closer and relieve that tension on your wrist and also in your arms, and give you a little bit more reach, especially for that bottom hole of the flute. This flute's made by Mad Max, again in the key of A, made from sapelli, which is a really wonderful wood. The flute does have a little bit of weight. It's a little bit heavier than, say, a cedar flute, but without having that extra weight on it for that big block and the slow air chamber and all of that, it's a good compromise. So I'm going to walk up the basic scale of this flute, dry and go slow, so you can hear the tonal quality of this flute. I just love that low note, how it's just really big and bold and very beautiful sound with this particular flute. Max and his wife Karen are in the Phoenix Valley area in Arizona, and he's been making flutes for quite a while. His flutes have this really shiny finish on them. I've had several flutes over the years from Max, and I wanted to offer something on my website that was a little bit lower, so we do have some of these available through my website. I'll put a link to that in the description below, but also a link over to his website so you can check out some of the other flutes that he does have available. And not all of his flutes are made with this whistle style. This is something that he does for, I think, once you get to like mid E, E as in echo, so the E, D, C, B, A, he makes these, I don't know if he calls them easy reach, I forget exactly what he calls them, but it just shortens the length of the flute and brings everything closer. We talked about that in just earlier. So this flute overall has a little bit more of, it's not very, very clear in the voicing of it. Now I will say his other flutes, his more mid-range flutes, the ones that I've had at least, I had a mid F sharp and a mid G, really powerful, big voices on these flutes, very clear. When we get into lower flutes, sometimes we get a little bit more turbulence in the flue and the splitting edge areas like that, and so it's a little harder. It's a bigger area, it's a little harder to get that air so smooth, so that results in us having a little bit more of a airier sound in the flute. Another thing with all flutes that are this whistle style, one of the things that is kind of something that I don't know how I feel about yet, because it'll dry quicker if it waters out, which watering out is something that you can't possibly avoid in flute playing. There's some things that you can do to help it out and have it not occur as fast. But you can't move this block and you can't take it off. All of these whistle style flutes that we see in our industry or coming into the industry, they are a fixed block, so you can't fine tune it by sliding it. You know, usually you can slide that forward or backwards to tune it a few cents you can get, and you can remove it after playing to help it dry out. These don't have that capability, any of these whistle style. Just something that you got to ask yourself, is this something that I like? Is this something that I feel indifferent about? Or is this something that is a non-negotiable and I don't like it? This is helping you to build your preference with your flute playing. So again, lots of links to look at in the description below, some freebies, some goodies, lots down there to check out. Again, this is a Mad Max Flute in the key of low A. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Jonny's Flute Reviews. I'll see you in the next video. Hi friends, thanks so much for watching this video. If you're interested in growing as a flute player, click below for more information. If you're looking for more videos like this, see the playlist in the corner. Lastly, please consider subscribing so you're notified every time new videos drop. Thanks.